Hey, Stone fam.
Welcome back. Today is all about love and relationships and God's timing and all of those really fun
Some of you have been wanting this one.
things. Because it's like being in our 20s, it is
Yeah.
such a crazy roller coaster when it comes to love and relationships. So we're going to talk about that. But first, I want to start with our wins. Jordan this month feels just like a lot of spiritual maturity was gained, which is like so
best.
beautiful and amazing because there's no better feeling than just like, you know what, I'm locked in with God. Like I'm getting closer, I'm on that right path. Like congratulations to you. That's so beautiful. That's so amazing. And I hope the Lord continues to bless you and grow you. Chris feels like this month was full of good friends and community, and that's the most exciting thing. You're an amazing person, Chris, so you deserve good friends and community. God bless you.
Amen.
Amen. All right, y'all.
We're just going to start this right off.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. You go.
Song of Solomon,
Yes.
chapter 2, verse 7. It says, "Do not stir up or awaken love until the appropriate time." I read this and I was like, bar. That was like hit me. I was like, okay, God, like you're doing something with this one.
Understood.
Yeah, we just want to talk about a lot with relationships and timing, but that especially, don't awaken it until it's appropriate time, I think was huge because like Sierra said, like in this age, in this time we're at, it's so filled with like, okay, where's your boyfriend? Where's your husband? Like, you know, when are you getting married? It's so, you know, you want that. Everyone wants to be in love. Everyone wants a relationship, and it's so great. But it's all in the Lord's timing, and I think we're quick to put our flesh in front of God's timing when it comes to relationships.
Yeah, because how do you not compare yourself to someone else? Like if Santana was married right now, I'd be like, bro, God,
Oh
like help me out. Like when is it my turn?
Yeah.
Because it's like you see the people around you in like, and being in love is the best thing ever. So when you see all these people around you in love, you're just like, great, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Like, that's so awesome. But it's the truth. Like it's amazing and it will come to you in your time, but it's about embracing your season. Which is so hard to do.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier today, like anything at the wrong time it's bad. Like it could be the best person, but the wrong time, and it's the fully wrong thing. Like we've heard that in church before. Or like you can have a good thing, but it might not be a God thing.
Yes.
And I feel like, especially being, you know, in a great church community of people, it's like there's plenty of great guys that'd be great boyfriends, great husbands, whatever. And sure, we could just choose to try and pursue it because it seems good, because it looks good on paper, because they're a good guy. But that doesn't mean that it's who God intended for us. It doesn't mean that's God's timing for it. And so it's the hardest thing to be like, okay, you know what? Yes, these are all great people. Yes, it would be fun. Yes, I want to be in love and in a relationship right now, but has the Lord really called me to that? Like, is that really the season I'm in?
Yeah, and I feel like a way to combat, I don't want to say wandering eyes because that's not necessarily like what this is about, but like a way to combat seeing you know, a man of God, a woman of God, and being like, wow, like they could be perfect, is having a very specific list of the things that you want out of a wife or a husband. That will kind of give you more guideline as to what you're looking for, and you won't see a potential in as many people. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think for me, I wrote down like a full list. I was like, what do I want in a husband? But not only that, I wrote down, who do I want to be as a wife? And my thing is I'm like, I don't want to find that man of God until I'm this woman of God.
100%.
And I think that so many people, just go into it for the feelings of what it's like to be in love, because it is like a dopamine, like it's so much dopamine, serotonin. It's like all these great feelings of being in love, and the feeling is what gets people. But it's like, I don't want to marry just off feeling, that's for sure. Like I want to marry because like he's this kind of man, and then I'm this kind of woman. And I feel like that's another big thing. It's like, why get into a relationship if you're not even the kind of person you want to be for yourself? Because how are you supposed to then compliment somebody else? Like, I want to be, you know, X, Y, and Z in a wife so that I can compliment all these great things in a man that I find important. And so right now, in this very time, I'm not all those things. And so who am I to just jump into a relationship because I think it'd feel good and it'd be fun and they're a great guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. That's what it starts with, is just being specific, writing down your specifics, because God will honor like the kind of person that you want, and if it's not the kind of person you thought you wanted, it'll be even better. Like
Yeah.
God will honor your desires. But doing what Santana said, like writing all of that out, not only will make it so that you are a little bit like, keep your cards a little bit closer to your chest and you're not just looking like for a husband or a wife in everyone, but it will then give you a guideline of, hey, what are the things I need to work on? Because the truth is that God's not going to deliver you your perfect person until you have become the perfect person for them. Like God will continue to grow you, and that is why singleness is so great.
Yeah.
Santana and I are in such a like purposeful time of singleness right now. Like we are not letting anything distract us in this time, because we are both on a mission to be the best possible people for the people that we end up with. And that's kind of the mindset that you have to have in it. That allows you to embrace your season.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, you know, get sick of the singleness because they want something great, but it is really about appreciating the time that you're in. And yeah, like it says in the verse, not awaking it at the wrong time. Like, you know, waiting until it's God's timing. And so it's like when you're in that season of singleness, when God hasn't, you know, shown you that person, there's so much work you should be doing during that time. Like being single is a gift, and we have a verse from you want to read that from Corinthians about it?
Yeah. So 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verses 32 to 35 just basically say like the unmarried man or woman is concerned about God. Like you're unmarried, your eyes are locked on God, and then the second that you guys get married, you're concerned about each other. You're concerned about more of the things of the world.
Yeah.
So God literally says, I want you to be without concerns. Like I'm saying this for your own benefit, not to put a restraint on you, but to promote what is proper so that you may be devoted to the Lord without distraction. Like it's purposeful. Like allow this to be purposeful, because it just goes into the fact that marriage like amplifies everything. Marriage is not a solution. Marriage is just going to put you under a microscope. So God is saying, please focus on me right now so that I can make you the best possible person, because otherwise, if you don't wait and if you're not concerned with me in your singleness, you're going to get married to a person, and then all of these things are going to blow up. You're going to learn all these things about yourself that you could have handled in this time of singleness if you allowed it, but you didn't, because you awoke love at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's crazy. The Lord's really like, hey, while you're single, let's work on some things. While you're single, focus on me. Fix your eyes on me. Let me tell you what I have for you, not like just as an individual.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Sierra said, some people, I think, honestly think that marriage is a fix-all. That you just get married and everything's going to be better. That you get married and all these other things go away. And it's like, no, when you're married, it's all going to come out. There's things that, you thought would just go away or that, you know, would be fine now. No, they're going to be there. And it's like, I personally don't want to take any of my baggage, my heaviness into a marriage if I could get it out of the way before that. If I could fix it and heal it before that. Like, I want to be with somebody that, you know, I just get to be their good counterpart, to be their helper, to raise them up higher, not to drag them down with my burdens that I didn't work on when I should have.
Exactly. It's that like silly but not silly saying of hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
Like if you're carrying, not to be graphic, but if you're carrying a porn addiction into marriage and you think, I'm going to get married and this is going to solve everything. Like I'm going to be like, you know, intimate with my partner. I'm not going to need to watch porn anymore.
Yeah.
I can promise you that is not the way that it goes.
Yeah.
You're going to end up hurting your marriage, because that is not something that you allowed God to deliver you from in your time of singleness. And it's things like that. And that's applicable to any
like
addiction,
with lust or things like that. People think it'll
like
just
that.
go away.
It doesn't go
like,
away. Your anger issues don't go away.
Yeah.
Your hurt and your like all these soul ties that you have to your past, like they don't go away. They will just be put under a microscope. And when you look at things like that, like that makes me like, oh gosh, like I know how not ready I am for marriage, because it's like, I know I have so many things that like I still need to work out. I still need to break off. And it's just like, gosh, no wonder every relationship I've ever had didn't work out, because it was just like, God's like, girl, no.
Yeah.
Not
like,
yet.
You almost have to be single for like
Yeah.
singleness is just yeah, there's such a gift to obviously being with somebody, like that is the end goal.
Mhm.
But when you are in this a season of singleness, understanding what to do in that season and not wasting it away just wishing that you were in a
Yeah.
relationship, like actually being intentional and being like standing firm in it, being like, no, like I'm in a season of singleness. This is where I want to be. It's a choice. It's not that, oh, like I just haven't found the right person. It's like, no, right now,
Mhm.
the Lord, I know what He's called me to. I know that He's called me to work on things. I know that He's called me higher. And I need to learn how to do that on my own before I can share in that with somebody else.
Yeah, because don't you want to be with the best possible person?
Yeah.
Like that's the goal, right? Like so you kind of have to be the best possible version of yourself in
Yeah.
order to be with the best possible person. Like it's very
Yeah.
simple when you think about it. And I remember our mom one time, I don't even know when this was, but she was saying, she was like, I feel like the divorce rate is so high and I feel like a lot of people don't find their people because they don't, like, God's not involved in it. You know, they don't put God at the
Yeah.
center of trying to find someone. So they'll just go for the first person they find or who they think is the best. It's just like, let God pick your person. L- be single when God asks you to be single, and then you get to have that person that you've been dreaming of.
Mhm.
Is that like, I hope I said that correctly. Like, of
Yeah.
just, you know,
Yeah, I mean it's like
don't rush it.
you can't wish yeah, you can't wish that you were a millionaire yet you don't apply for any jobs. Like you don't work towards anything. Like you can't wish for this superstar, godly, awesome serving man and you just be this person who's never, worked on a thing in your life and
Right.
expect you two to be together. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like you work towards, the type of person you want
Yeah.
and yeah, it's so important that you put in the work on yourself and that you
Yeah.
actually want to be a better version of yourself. Like I'm so excited to work on myself during the season of
Yes.
singleness. Like I've never been more excited to be like, okay, this is something like I'm wanting to be in a wife. So how can I do that? How can I
Mm-hmm.
start preparing that right now? How can I start learning that right now? Like I'm like, you know what? I've got no one else but me and the Lord,
Yeah.
like that's watching over this right now. Like let's heal these things. Let's work on these things. Let's grow in
Yeah.
these areas. And that is so exciting. And it's just not really something you can do in a relationship. Like it's something
Yeah.
you need to do on your own.
Yeah, 100%. And I love how you said, like, it is so exciting because
Yeah.
I feel like singleness can be looked at as such a, like, oh,
Like
sorry that you're
daunting and
single. That
sad. Yeah.
sucks. Like, I bet you're so lonely. Like, no, I actually love this. Like, I
Yeah.
actually really love, like, this
Yeah.
opportunity. It's an opportunity. Like, we
Mhm.
need to start viewing it as that, to
Yeah.
work on myself, to grow on myself, to grow myself, sorry, to allow
Mhm.
the Lord to, like, do this work in me. Because,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying, you know, we're all going to live to be 100, but you have the rest of your life to be married.
Yeah.
You have the rest of your life to be with a person that you love. Just take a little bit of time to be excited about working on yourself.
Mhm.
That's how I'm viewing it right now.
Yeah. And singleness is hard and like people go through it in longer seasons than they'd want and like
Yeah,
there's nothing
absolutely.
easy about being single, but it is like if that is the opportunity you're given, it's like all right, then God wants to do something through you like
Yeah.
in that. Some people are married at 19, like the Lord just showed them their husband through middle school or high school.
Mhm.
That's great because that was at its appropriate time. Like that's
Mhm.
when the Lord wanted you to be in a relationship. That's when the Lord wanted you to get married and like
Yeah.
I hope that you were listening to God's will and that was like truly what the Lord
Mhm.
wanted for you. But there are specific things like that. But if you're 25, 30, however old you are, and you haven't found that and you are in that season of singleness, then that's right where the Lord needs you. That's the Lord's still
Mhm.
waiting on you to work on some things. The Lord's still wanting you to, be in an area of life where maybe a husband just wouldn't work out for you at the moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think just understanding that everything is at its appropriate time. Like it
Mhm.
says it, in Ecclesiastes, like everything has a season and a time and all of
Yeah.
that. And so, yeah, understanding that there is a time, a reason, and a season for everything that you're going through, everything that you're facing right now in your life, even outside of relationships. But yeah, take the time that you're in to be intentional with what you wanted,
Yeah.
with what you want to do, with who you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because another big thing when you're dating around or with someone that God did not intend for you, soul ties exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they can be really detrimental.
Mhm.
That is something, like, when I think about the things I need to work on is breaking off past soul ties, because I definitely got myself involved in situations that were not of God, and that has affected me to this day. And
Mm-hmm.
so those are just things where it's like, if you're not really, really intentional about who you're dating, who you're talking to, what you're saying to them, who you're looking for in marriage, these are things that are going to happen, I guess.
Yeah, and that's also scary. Like soul ties they're real, and I
No
feel like
joke.
and something I realized in my life and just like seeing other people is how controlling soul ties are.
Yeah.
Like it's so evident the way that soul ties have like an effect on people where they're like, no, I need to be with that person. Like it's like this control factor, and
Yeah.
it's so scary because it's like it might not be what the Lord wants for you, but your flesh is so tied to that person that you can't even hear the Lord's voice in it. Like that's so scary.
And everything you were just saying reminded me of a TikTok that you saw where this person was talking about the fact that God designed sex for marriage. So when we are intimate with someone outside of marriage, it puts these blinders on us that make us think that we need to like stay locked in with them because we're married to them, if that makes sense. Like it, you're supposed to persevere in your marriage, right? Like and if your body thinks, okay, I'm having sex with this person, so that means that I need to persevere with them, you're going to overlook all of these things that you wouldn't otherwise, just because you engaged in something outside of marriage that God meant specifically for marriage. And when I learned that and then looked back on like my past situations, I've just been like, okay, everything makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
And that just shows the importance of like really following God's design with that, because when you don't, it will just lead to a lot of destruction in your life in a variety of ways.
It's the power of those soul ties. Like it's so insane. Like your
Yeah.
mind fully just thinks a different way, and it's scary. And that's why like we have to be so guarded in our hearts and our minds and our souls, like everything that we let into our lives, like we have to be guarded about, because some things even seem so harmless. Like you could think like flirting, just being a friendly little flirt with your friend, or going on a couple dates with your friend. Like it's okay. It's totally fine. You're not doing anything that's like inherently wrong. All is well. But it's like, is it? Because the minute you start praying more with a person, talking more with a person, hanging out more with the person, like we are so fleshly. Like our minds can get distracted like that. Our minds can get more focused on a person than God like that. Like it is so easy. And so and it's so evident too in our like age range, like how people are just so, oh boy, oh girl, like people want that, obviously. And so we're quick to be distracted by somebody that we think is cute, or by somebody that's talking to us a lot. And something I've literally been telling myself every day is like, guard your heart and mind, like every day, because it's like the minute I let something in that is a good thing, even that's not a God thing, I'm going to hurt myself in some way. And so it's like, I don't want to let anything in to my heart, my mind, my soul, unless it is literally what God has intended for me at the right time. Like I've been praying, Lord, like let the next person that I even get close to dating, like let that be my husband, because I don't want to waste time just doing anything outside of your will. And like, you do probably have to go on some dates and whatever. There's perfectly normal dating, but it's just kind of what you're going to let in and how much of that you're going to let in, and what your intentions are. Because if you're just dating to date and having fun just talking to all these guys, like what's that doing to your heart and your mind? And what's that going to do to distract you? Yeah, to distract you and that person from the Lord's will in each of your lives.
Yeah, and it's the depth of prayer with someone and sharing your burdens with someone and doing all those things does create soul ties. Like you don't even have to be intimate with someone.
That is a whole level of intimacy right there.
It is. It really is. Yeah, it's non-physical intimacy. And that also acts as like as a bond. So when you are in those beginning stages of dating, even if you know right away the second you meet that person that you're going to marry them, please be careful about the things that you're doing and that you're saying. Please get to know them just in a timely manner. There's no rush. Nothing will ever pass you up that God intends for you. Nothing. It's all in his time. Like we don't need to be the first date telling you everything that I've ever gone through, and then we're going to pray together after. No.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we don't need that.
Yes, staying guarded. Like, if you get anything from this podcast, honestly, staying guarded,
Yeah.
just understanding that whatever you let in is going to affect you in some way. And so, yeah, it's your choice what all you let in and how quickly you let it in. And yeah, just remembering like everything at its appropriate time. Don't awaken something at the wrong time because it's going to bite you in the butt.
Yeah.
Like, it could be your husband, but if you're 2 years too early, like, you know, it's not going to work out that first time you try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be in God's timing no matter what, if it's going to go the right way.
Yeah. Another big part of this whole thing is just like giving God the reins. Like, his ways are higher, right? So, like, let's not all pretend like we have the capability of choosing the perfect person.
Yeah.
Just give it to God.
Yeah.
Lord, please reveal to me my perfect person in your perfect time. I don't know who it is. You do. So I'm just going to let you take that. Because, like, I know that I don't have the abilities that God has, so I'm not even going to sit here and try to pretend. Definitely write down the things that you're looking for, the things that you think that you're looking for, and, like, God will deliver on the things that he knows that you need. But let him have the say in the end.
Yeah. And I mean, overall, when you're in the right relationship, there shouldn't just be comfort. It shouldn't be about comfortability. Like, you should be with someone that's calling you higher, that you feel called higher by. Like, relationships are such a gift from God when done right, and they can produce so much fruit and help you just be so amplified together and, like, pursuing the Lord. It can be so awesome. Yeah, when it's all the right timing. And so, I don't know. I think overall, just asking yourself, is it good or is it God? Because, you know, sometimes it seems great, but it's not God. So, like, that question, is it good or is it God? And then also, what are my intentions? Like, I think sometimes it can come down to the simplest of questions. What is my intention? If you are talking to a girl or a guy right now, just ask yourself that. What's my intention with this? Where do I see this going? What am I doing? Gonna date them for 5 years? Am I gonna, just talk to them but not date them because that feels weird? Am I gonna, ask yourself. And I think you should say, is this the right time for me to date this person and pursue this person? Or do I need to take time in singleness to work on myself, to wait on the Lord's voice before I truly pursue this? Because as Christians, like, if you're wanting to date, like, you do walk a fine line between staying obedient and faithful dating, because it's hard. And, like, it's hard to date people with, and still being pure and all of that. And so I think saying, okay, do I plan on marrying this person the next couple of years? Like, am I in a stage where I could be willing to get married in a couple of years and be ready for that? Because if not, are you ready to even date then? Like, I think that there's just so many questions that you should ask yourself, whether you're single, whether you're dating, like, whatever. I think there's questions that you should ask yourself to reevaluate, like, where are you at? What are your intentions? What are you trying to pursue? And what is God actually calling you to do? And what is he actually showing you that he wants for you right now in this season?
Yeah, and on that point, like, I have felt this before myself. When something is not from God and not God's desire for your life, you will feel an internal struggle of some kind. You will feel this tension of, like, I really want to do that, but God just does not want that for you. And you will feel that internally. Like, and the closer you are to God, the more you will feel that. And the more you won't even, like, try to do what you want to do, because it's just like, God's like, bro, no. So yeah, really lean into the way that your gut is feeling. Your gut is God. Like that's God being like, hey, bestie, like, remember when I told you to be single? Like, why are we doing this? Please listen to that, because if you don't and you go against that and you get involved with this person, you're going to hurt yourself and that person so much. Heartbreak. And that sucks. Nobody wants to be heartbroken.
Yeah. And lastly, to add off of that point too, like, our flesh is so strong and the enemy is so strong too. And so when you're feeling that, you might be like, but I don't really want to listen to that. Like, I think it could work, or maybe it is God. Like, fast about it, pray about it, and really, really take that time to sit back and wait on it. Because again, the enemy will take something and run with it. And so if you're not guarded and if you're not really patient and really taking the time to actually pray, to seek the Lord, to make sure that it is a God thing, you can be deceived in a lot of things. And so, overall, guard your hearts and your minds and your purity and your souls and everything about yourself. Like, keep yourself guarded until it is the time to awake love.
Yes. Amen. That's it. Like,
yeah,
it is that simple. Just like be super excited about the season that you're in. And if you are dating your potential person and you're married, like be so happy in that season.
Yes,
like
any
God
season.
bless you in that season. Like it's just being happy where God's placed you.
Yeah.
He's not going to place you in a place you're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
Why are we doubting him?
Literally everything in its appropriate time.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you guys. If you have any questions for us, like please let us know. And also we received a prayer like outline at a women's encounter earlier this year. And I've been praying it towards like people that I know that I have soul ties with, just to release. And if you guys want to if you want us to help you, pray with you, whatever, or you want us to just send you that prayer, feel like you have soul ties broken off, like, or that you need to break off, please let us know, because I feel like that prayer has helped me a lot. So I definitely want to bless you guys with that if you're interested. So
yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye, Stone Fam.